Welcome to the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer of JTwJE, a pop culture entertainment news website. America's Got Talent is back for its 16th season on NBC. It is also Jake's Take's 10th season covering the show. I am very excited to be talking with escape artist and magician Matt Johnson, who was part of season 16's second episode of Judges Auditions. Matt is a part of a unique group of acts who auditioned for both America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent. I want to give a special shout out to my friends over at Fremantle and NBC for this incredible opportunity. So without further ado, let's go directly to my conversation with Matt Johnson.
I'm ready when you are, my friend.
Okay, so let's get started. So when did you get interested in magic, and how did that passion evolve into desire to pursue a career in the entertainment industry?
Oh my gosh, I started in magic when I was probably about 11, 12 years old, with just like a magic kit from, like for Christmas, like most kids. And then I actually went to a magic every Saturday for 8 hours in my local city, England, all through my teen years. And then when I got to 18, I decided it's what I wanted to do for a living. So I told my parents I'm not going to college and I'm going to be a magician. And so I started doing magic and juggling and all that kind of stuff when I was about 18 years old. And we kept doing it all the way up until about 4 or 5 years ago when I started doing escapes.
Wow. So was that a difficult transition from escapes to magic, or magic from escape to escapes?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I kind of played around with escapes when I was like 18. I did it once or twice, and I just got really like scared of it. So I stopped doing it and went back to magic. I kind of thought it was easier to do card tricks, or at least safer. And so then it was about 5 years ago, for personal reasons, actually because of my brother and his struggle with seizures, that actually got me into doing the water escape and holding my breath as kind of a way to understand his struggle with seizures. And that's kind of what got me started on my journey to escapes, really.
That's incredible. So anyway, so why did you decide that season 16 of America's Got Talent was the perfect year to audition?
Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. I think because I've been off for almost 2 years or a year and a half because of COVID. Like, there was no like entertainment opportunities for me. And just before COVID started, I had a really big accident in one of my escapes where I drowned and hung myself at the same time. And I ended up in being rushed to ER. And so that was really frightening for me, and I kind of didn't really want to do it anymore. And then COVID hit, and so I was kind of forced to take that break anyways. And then, I saw that season 16 was coming up, and I thought, you know what, I actually did Britain's Got Talent in 2018, and I did okay in it. But I thought, you know what, it's time for me to make a comeback, because if I don't, I'm not going to do it again. And, it's like falling off the bike. You just got to get back on it and ride it again, otherwise you won't. So that's really why I set myself that goal of doing it, to try and bring myself back from my accident and try to prove that, okay, I can do it again and I'll be okay.
I'm so glad you brought up Britain's Got Talent, because I know that because you're one of the contestants to have a unique opportunity to audition for both America's Got Talent and Britain's Got Talent. So besides having Simon Cowell as the judge on both of those shows, what were some of the similarities and differences between each show?
Wow, you're really good at this, man. These are good questions. I think the similarities obviously are that they both got talent shows, and so going back to season 16 of AGT after doing BGT, it felt so familiar to me, like being there and everybody was different, but the process and being there felt a little bit familiar, and so for that felt a little bit easier for me because I've been through that process once already. So it wasn't new. The big differences, I think, are not only the judges, other than Simon Cowell, but the fact that it's really close to home for me, because I'm actually born and raised in England. I live in Vancouver in Canada, so actually Chilliwack, which is about an hour and a half out of Vancouver. And so it's a lot closer for me. It feels a lot nearer to home. Obviously, everything that I do is in North America. I've been here 23 years. So it just feels like an even bigger platform and stage. Britain's Got Talent is huge, but this feels just that little bit bigger. And so I'm just excited to be doing it again. I never thought I'd do it again, to be honest. And I don't think if I'd had the accident, I would have done it again.
Okay, so I want your honest opinion. Which judges were a little more terrified? Was it Howie, Heidi, and Sofia, or David, Alicia, and Amanda?
Wow. Judging from the reactions, I just saw it the first time the other night with all of you. Judging from the reactions, I would have to say Howie, Sofia, Heidi, and even Simon's face was pretty terrified by the looks of it. Although when I did the water on Britain's Got Talent, that was terrifying too for Alicia and Amanda, certainly. And I know Simon Cowell tried to stop the whole thing. So I don't know. That's a tough call. I'm hoping that I'm scaring everybody out of the wits on both shows. That's what I'm hoping.
And speaking of scaring, your audition literally terrified me. I'm sorry, Jacob, but I'm glad. I was literally watching from with one eye open and turning away the other eye. So anyway, what went through your mind as you were attempting to escape your attraction? And could you describe the feedback that you received from fans after it aired?
What went through my mind? Absolute fear. I said on the show, and I don't think a lot of people believe me because I got a lot of messages saying, oh, that's not true. I said on the show that I'd never done it before and I rehearsed it the day before. Absolutely 100 million %, hand on my heart, true. I didn't find out until very late that I actually was going to be allowed to go. And so that escape didn't exist. It was just in my head. And so I built it for that audition, and I didn't have time to rehearse it. We shipped it straight to LA. So I went down there, and after 7 days quarantine, I had to rehearse it the day before. And it's absolutely terrifying because in rehearsals, if truth be known, it fell by mistake. It fell and chopped the board, and splinters went flying everywhere. It fell early. I was absolutely terrified because to be upside down looking up at that thing spinning and be so vulnerable and exposed is terrifying. So I was very scared because we didn't have time to work out the kinks. As far as the reactions afterwards, it's just been mind-blowing, Jacob. I really don't know what to say. You know, there's no ego about me. I'm a pretty humble guy. And to have it all this attention again, it's just what it's all about for me. It's not about the competition and all that. It's about people genuinely caring and being nervous for me and standing by my side, figuratively with it. You know, I mean, it just means the world to me. It really does.
I'm so happy for you. So I want to throw out a hypothetical to you, Matt, if that's all right.
Okay, hypothetically, sure, it's okay.
All right, so you made it all the way to finale night, and Terry revealed that you won season 16. Now, how would that announcement change your life?
I don't even know what I could say. Having the opportunity when I did BGT changed my life in so many ways. And I only got to the semi-final. If I got to the final and won 2016, it would change my life, not only my life, but my family's life forever. Because I'm not doing this for me, Jacob. I do this for my family, and I do it for my friends, and I do it for all the people that come watch me and see me and watch me on TV. That's what I'm doing it for. I have everything I need in a beautiful wife and a lovely dog and lovely kids, and just the joy of doing what I love. So winning would change everybody around me's life, and I'd make sure it would. I mean, it would be the most incredible thing to happen to me and such a validation of what I've been doing all this time and putting my life at risk. It'd just be amazing. How could it not be? Absolutely amazing.
Awesome, Matt. Awesome, Matt. So we got to start wrapping up our conversation. So America's Got Talent just announced auditions for season 17. What advice would you share to people who are eager to audition?
My best advice for people eager to audition is just do it. I've got tattooed on my hand, just could never give up, and I mean it. So many doors have closed for me, more than have opened. Just do it. Don't wait another second. Trust yourself. Put everything on the stage. Go for it. And if they say no, then do it again and do it again until they say yes. That's my biggest advice. And be yourself. Be true to yourself and be honest and humble and enjoy the ride. That's my biggest advice.
That's incredible advice, Matt. I really think that people are going to do it. And also, on behalf of me and my audience, we are wishing you the best of luck, and we have your fingers crossed you go to the Dolby Theater and entertain us some more.
But I do too, Jacob. I have so many crazy things planned. If you thought that was scary, that's like cotton candy. So so look out, guys. Keep your fingers crossed for me, and it's been my absolute honor and pleasure to chat to you. Thanks so much for having me.
You're so welcome, Matt. Have a fantastic day, and good luck, my friend.
Thanks.
That was my conversation with Matt Johnson. I hope that he goes far this season and that we hopefully hear from him in the future. America's Got Talent airs Tuesdays on NBC, and episodes are also on the Peacock streaming service. If you miss an episode of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast, head over to our Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, and Deezer pages. Just type in Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Once again, that's JACOBELYACHAR. Are you on social media? Because I'm on social media too. Please follow me and like our pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Also, 2021 is Jake's Take's 10th anniversary year. Head to the blog that started all with jakes-take.com. Once again, jakes-take.com. Thank you so much for taking your time out of your schedule to listen to our conversation, and have a great day. Goodbye.